Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom. This is Officer Marakan here with Soldiers of Nakariyah, and this is another Shabbat services. Again, all right. How long we've been doing Sabbath services? How long you think we've been in the truth? Going on 7 years. I think about three, 3 or 4, 3.5, something like that. 3.5 years. We've been doing Sabbath services. In the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we'll continue on enduring to the end. You know what I mean? Doing these Sabbath services for y'all week in and week out. All right. Today's going to be a good one. All right. We're going to be going into the book of Zechariah, even though that's not part of the prophets, but it's going to be a breakdown from the gospel. All right. Uh, Basically showing y'all how Zechariah was paid the same way Judas Issacharite was paid for the life of Christ. All right. You're going to see the same thing, but I'm just going to show y'all in the book of Zechariah what I'm talking about today. But right now, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go into prayers, me and the bond, and we're going to throw some prayers up, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to join us, Almighty and Panya rush them. Uh, all right, Salakia, give us just a second. Give us just a second. We ran into some technical laugh difficulties. All right, Salakia, give us a second. The prayers will not be done in Spanish today. Salakia. Então, agora não, mas quase mais, escutar, aí, então, tipo, how, that ma, that, Zaka, ya, Shah, Kahaya, Bashmai, now, come, one, Salaki now, Salaki now, Wala, now, finish one, Shina, Kaya, Wako, Tapara, or Lamia, Hashem, Yashai, Mashiach, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, how kingdom come, thy will be done on earth and in heaven. Stay, let it be bread and bread. Our debts, we forgive you for you, but debtors, it's not temptation, but deliver us from people. That's the kingdom, power, and glory, forever. Shem, Shia. This is the Asherah. Blessed are they that dwell in thy house, they will still be praising thee, Selah. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people, Zalahai is Yahweh. I will extol thee, my Alahai, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. Every day will I bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever. Great is Yahweh, and greatly to be praised. His greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise thy works to another, and shall declare thy mighty acts. I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty and of thy wondrous works, and men shall speak of thy might and thy terrible acts. And I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, shall sing of thy righteousness. Yahweh is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger and of great mercy. Yahweh is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Yahweh, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom, and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts, and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. How upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. The eyes of all wait upon thee. Thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou openest thy hand and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works. Yahweh is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them. Yahweh preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. My mouth shall speak the praises of Yahweh, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. But we will bless the Yahweh from this time forth and forevermore. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Mashiach, one.
This is first three prayers of the Bada,
Ahuwa, Barak,
Ta, Hau,
Alahayino,
Ya,
Alahaya,
Nau,
Batinawa,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Abraham,
Baraham,
Alahaya, Isaac,
Isaka,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Wa,
Iqab,
Allah, Sharia,
Shania,
Allah, Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Umam, Isarayam,
Barak,
Ta,
Yahweh,
Magan,
Baraham,
Uwa, Yahweh,
Gabawar,
Alunam,
Yahweh,
Akaya, Makayam, Wamaya, Tawama,
Tawama,
Baka,
Waka,
Wala,
Wala,
Alunam, Maya, Umakaya, Barak, Ata, How, Makaya, Matayam, Kadawasha, Shamiyahu, Ata, Kadaya, Shikar, Wakadawashim, Bako, Yawam, Allah, Barak, Ata, Allah, Kadawash. Blessed you, Yahweh, our Father, our Abraham, our Isaac, our Yaquah, Almighty power, side power, who bestows mercy, blessed you, Yahweh, should of Abraham, Almighty Yahweh, forever. Yahweh precedes the dead, who is comparable to you, eternity, cause death, and give life. Bless you, Yahweh, his life, to the dead, who are holy Yahweh, in your name is holy, and the one that day, praise you, forever. Bless you, Yahweh, Yahweh is holy, Hashem, Yahushua, Mashiach, Hamas.
This is a psalm for the Shabbat day. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High. To shoot forth thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness every night. Upon an instrument of 10 strings and upon a psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in thy works of thy hands. Yahweh, how great are thy works! Thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doeth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and will, thoughts are very deep. A foolish man knoweth not, neither doeth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. Thou, Yahweh, are most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eye also shall see my desire on my enemies. My ear shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of our Allahiyah. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing. The shoe that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock. There is no unrighteousness in it. Hallelujah. 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 Bahashem. Haushai. Mashiach. All right, everybody up. We go. Shalom, shalom. Let's go. Um, put this in the group. Save that. Share that in groups, Instagram, everywhere. Everybody save this page onto your page. If you ain't got no Facebook page, save it to your messenger. Hmm. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, there we go. I know I wasn't true. I was tripping. Mm. All right, here we go. Everybody turn to Numbers chapter 16 and verse 1, and we'll get started there. The Spirit. Go ahead when you're ready.
Numbers chapter 16, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Korah, the son of Izar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, Dathan, Abram, the son of Elad, and on the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men.
Mm-hmm.
And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel,
Right.
250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown.
Right.
And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them. And ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift you up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord.
So they came against Aaron and Moses about this. They were exalting themselves. And how they came to Moses and Aaron was all nonchalant, like, man, you take too much upon yourself. Seeing that we're all holy here, you know what I'm saying? They wanted Aaron's job and Moses' job. They want to do what Aaron and Moses is doing. They want that job. They're not satisfied with what they're doing. They want more. You know, the Most High gave you a job. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like today, the Most High is giving you a job. Do that job. Don't want more than that job unless He exalts you. He exalts your horn like the horn of a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? He exalts you and you lift up, and you know that you're exalted when you start doing doing more than what you normally do. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on you. But go ahead.
Verse 4. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon
And
his
when
face.
what?
And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face.
Uh-huh.
And he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, Even tomorrow the Lord will shew who are his, who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him.
Uh-huh.
Even him whom he hath chosen will he cause to come near unto him.
So, you know, Moses fell on his face to pray to the Most High. Why? Because he knew that these people were in transgression. They're starting to murmur. You know, the Most High hates that. Most High hates when you complain about your job. He hates when you start complaining about the people that are doing the job. So you can imagine the people in Israel that just be murmuring, 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 murmuring. All y'all do is complain, bicker, complain, complain, and bicker, and complain. That's all y'all do. Nothing ever productive about our people. It's the mob. All of them are complaining. So Moses is like, you're going to see what happened the next day. Go ahead.
This do take his censers, Torah and all his company, and put fire therein, put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that man whom the Lord will choose, he shall be holy. He take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi.
Ooh, he came back at it. You see that you take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. Basically, he came back at them, mocking them now. See, you take too much upon you. You're going to see what's happening tomorrow. You take too much upon you. You're doing too much. Basically, just tell them you're doing too much. You take too much upon you. Y'all doing too much. All right? Y'all coming against the Lord and who the Lord chosen to do a job. You take too much upon yourself. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Moses said unto Korah.
Because remember, they said that to Aaron and Moses in verse 3. And now it's being said to them in verse 7. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it but a small thing unto you, that the God of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel.
You don't think that it's real strange that the like you're not thinking about it. The Most High done separated you from all the tribes of Israel. You're not paying attention to that. Like basically, you got it good, man. You got it good. You're doing the Lord's work. You seem it. You think it's the small thing, man. You don't take into accountability that the Most High separated you from everyone else for you to do His job, and now you want this job. Go ahead.
To bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also.
So basically, he brought all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, and now you seek the priesthood also? You get to do the altar, you get to do the slaying and everything, and they get the 10th. They get the 10th as a heave offering. Watch, you see. The Levites are the one that get the 10th. The only way that the Aaronites get a 10th is they get the 10th from the Levites. The Aaronites only get a 10th from the Levites. So if the Levites don't get a 10th, the Aaronites don't get a 10th. But the Levites were given as a gift to the Aaronites for the service of the tabernacle. They have the veil and the what is it called again? Not the veil. The veil's where you pull the curtain back, but that thing they're in is called the what?
Tabernacle.
Temple. You just call it temple. Yeah, you can call it temple. So he's saying, and ye seek after the priesthood also? Like you want those jobs, and now you want this job? Basically, you want to be over us too. Because you guys were given to us. The Levites were given to the Aaronites as a gift of the Most High. And he's going to say that too, and also say it back in a couple chapters also. Go ahead. 11.
Verse 11. For which cause both you, for which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron, that ye murmur against him?
For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron that ye murmur against him? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you coming against me, but why are you coming up against Aaron? Aaron's under me also. All right, go ahead.
Verse 12. And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, We will not come up.
When you go to verse 1, go ahead.
Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except Thou make thyself to get altogether a prince over us.
So basically, they're using they just being now they're being just rebellious. They're being rebels now. Basically, like what is it like? He brought us out of the land of Egypt to be over us. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that job either. You gotta control everything. That's basically what they're saying. You gotta control everything. We're holy too. We want to do that job too. We want to be over you sometimes. Does it make any sense, huh? Go ahead.
Verse 14. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. And Moses was very wroth, and said unto the Lord, Respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they, and Aaron tomorrow, and take every man his censer, and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers. Thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer.
Now remember remember Moses was talking to the Lord, was like, don't accept their offer. They're rebellious. You know, Moses saying that to the Lord. He's not going to accept their offer. Go ahead.
So,
and that
18.
was in that was in verse 15. You at we're 18 now? Go ahead.
Verse 18. And they took every man his censer, put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, on with Moses and Aaron.
And that's at the east gate. Go ahead.
And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation.
So what is he doing? He's gathering all the people against him. Not the people. He said the people. This is all the people. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. So he went and got everybody to go against them. What? They said we should be able to do the same job that you're doing. That's stupid. You already have a job. And everybody else is following behind the Levites. It's like, we're going to follow, join unto me. They're basically using their popularity, power to get the people together to go against Aaron and Moses. Two men. Go ahead.
Verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from among the congregation, that I may consume them in the moment. And they fell upon their faces and said, O God, God of the spirits and of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation, get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went into Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins.
Now remember what Moses said unto to the Most High, to the Lord. Saying, respect not their offering, for I have taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. But now, when you got over here, verse 22, and they fell upon their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? Like they all have nothing to do. They all have nothing to do with this. But they were only talking, Moses was only talking about Korah, and the one that was doing it. But guess what's going to happen to Korah? When you trip like that, the Most High take your whole damn family. He's showing them, even the innocent ones of the family. So if I did something like that and came against them and doing stuff that they're doing, they're not just going to kill me. Not Most High, not going to just kill me. He's going to take you too. Unless you were just obedient, you know what I'm saying? An obedient son, and you saw me tripping, and you was praying for me too, like, Abba, don't do that to him. And the Most High said, out of he has a good seed. I'm not finna kill his son, but I'm gonna kill the father and everybody else. And that's how we got to be. Even though if I go off or you go off, I still pray for you. Saying, Abba, don't take my bond. Sorry for what he's done. Be like, Abba, don't take my Abba. Don't get sorry for what he's done. We're praying for one another. Like how Moses is doing it, the Most High is part and stuff. Go ahead.
Verse 27. So they gate up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abram, on every side. And Dathan and Abram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me.
So if they be visited after men killing them, the Lord hath not sent me. Go ahead.
Verse 30. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth, and
basically, the Lord ain't finna cause a man to come and kill you, or a man to put you to death. Go ahead.
But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth, and swallow them up, with all that appertain unto them, they go down quick into the pit. Then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord.
And we say all that appertain unto them, all that belongs to them, all their belongings, their wives, their children, and everything else, their house, everything. Go ahead.
31. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder, that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods.
So everything went with it, huh? Their house, men, servants, cattle, everything that they had fell up underneath the ground. Go ahead.
Verse 33. They and all that appertained unto them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. Mm-hmm. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the city of them, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up also. And there came out a fire from on the Lord, and consumed 250 men that offered incense. Mm-hmm. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar the son of Aaron, the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning, and scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are hollow. Mm-hmm. The censers of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar, for they offer them before the Lord. Therefore they are hollow, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. Mm-hmm. And Eleazar the priest and Eleazar the priest took this brass and censers, wherewith they that were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial to the children of Israel, that no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron came near to offer incense.
So what did he do to the censers? Like in verse 39, and Eleazar the priest took the brass and censers, wherewith they that were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar. Covering of what altar?
Altar is in the tabernacle.
Exactly. It was a covering for him. To cover it on top of it. It was made for that. As a reminder to the Levites that were doing it. So that covering is a reminder to the Levites. Every time they do the altar and everything else, what happened and what they should not do. So this census that was made of broad plate was assigned to these Levites for their murmuring and to do their own job and worry about their own job. So the people that these censers were in the hands of was, they were sucked underneath the ground. So the Levites also have to worry about that. Where's the covering? The covering will always be assigned to what happened to those other Levites and Korath and them. Every time they lift that covering off, they're like, damn, man, grab the other side, bro. Hey, Korath, man, hey, shalom, brother. You know what I'm saying? Abram, Shalom, brother. You know what I'm saying? They lifting it up and taking it off. Boom, onto the ground. That's a constant reminder to the Levites. When, when the other Israelites are at the gate, whenever that top is lifted off and they're at the gate and they lift that top off to light the fire for the altar, everybody that look at it and see that thing that's removed are going to see it. And it's a constant reminder to everybody. That's what that's for. That top that's taken off is a reminder of that. Go ahead.
That he be not as Korah and his companions, and his company, as the Lord said unto him by the hand of Moses. But on the morrow, all of the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord. And it came to pass when the congregation was gathered against Moses.
Did they kill the people of the Lord?
Did Moses kill the people of the Lord?
And Aaron, did they kill the people of the Lord?
No.
Go to 16 and 28. Well, actually, when you go to 16, you don't have to. When you go to actually to 16 and 28 and read from 28 to 35, to 35, it shows you what happened. And Moses is telling you if it in verse 20 and verse 29, if these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me. But if the Lord make a new thing and the earth open her mouth, so what they saying right here in verse 41 is actually a lie. They're blaming. You can see they lack of faith too, because not Most High, but Moses said that there's going to be a new thing, and the earth swallowed everybody up. But that tell you the lack of faith of everybody that don't believe that the Lord had done that. They don't believe. Their faith is kind of gone. Because if I just see the ground after, one of the prophets or, and the king just say, hey, if y'all see a new thing happen and the earth swallow you up, and I see the earth swallow somebody up, that's faith right there. And that's how the Most High builds people's faith through his right hand and smiting the land and everything else. Con. All right, go ahead. Finish that.
Go.
42. Start there.
Verse 42. And it came to pass when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation. Behold, the cloud covered and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment. And they fell upon their faces. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a censer, and put fire at the end from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly into the congregation, and make an atonement for them, for there is wrath gone out from the Lord, that plague is begun. And Aaron took as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation. Behold, plague is begun among the people. And he put on incense and made an atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Now they died in the plague, were 14,700 beside them that died about the matter of Korah. And Aaron returned unto Moses and to the door of the tabernacle congregation, and the plague was stayed.
Kal Shara, the Bar Yahweh, Anaya Shai, Wanah Shemai. All that Yahweh said, so we do it here. So you see the things that are going on right now. You see the lack of faith about the people. You see the murmuring, the complaining, and everything else is going on. You see that the Most High right here in verse 39, where the Most High took the census of what was like the 200 people. No, the census that how many? Let me see. It was how many censors was it? Let me see. It was like 250, something like 250. Let me see. It was in verse 35, and there came out of fire from the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. So that 250 censers was took. And verse 39, those censers and Eleazar the priest took the brass and censers, wherewith they that were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for the covering of the altar. So they were made into a place. It's like as a sign to the Levites about their murmuring. So don't do that no more. It was just a sign to them. You know what I mean? So whenever you go, whenever y'all in the in the kingdom and y'all see that covering of the altar be lifted off and put on, you understand who died. And you understand who that came from and was swallowed up underneath. All right? So go ahead, chapter 17.
This is Numbers chapter 17, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and take every one of them a rod, according to the house of their fathers, of all their princes, according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod, and thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi. For one rod shall be for the head of the house of the fathers. And thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle of the congregation before the testimony, where I will meet with you. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod whom I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, and every one of the princes gave him a rod apiece, for each prince one, according to their father's house, even 12 rods. And the rod of Aaron was among the rods. And Moses laid up the rods before the Lord in the tabernacle of witness.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went unto the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded, and brought forth buds, and bloomed blossoms, and yielded almonds. And Moses brought out all the rods before the Lord unto the children of Israel. And they looked and took every man his rod. And the Lord said unto Moses, Bring Aaron's rod again before the testimony, to be kept for a token against the rebels. And thou shalt take away the murmurings from me, and they die not, that they die not.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses did so, as the Lord commanded him, so did he. And the children of Israel spake unto Moses, saying, Behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. Whosoever cometh anything near unto the tabernacle of the Lord shall die. Shall we be consumed with dying?
And shall we come towards this tabernacle? Should we? Should we be as bold as enough to go up there and want to do this job that they do and complain about these jobs that are being done and everything else? Shall we die? Shall we come near the tabernacle? No, we should not die. So stay away from the tabernacle. Most High is telling them to stay the hell away from it. That is not your job. Don't be complaining about what I have them doing. All right? Let's move on to chapter 18. And a lot of our people are always complaining about the jobs that are being done in the government. Y'all not doing this. Y'all not doing that. And well, there's wickedness among that. Well, you're being wicked as hell by complaining right now. Your murmuring is wicked as hell. The Most High hates that. But as we all try to fix things, you gotta be patient. You know what I'm saying? Like people think that their problem should be handled right away at the blink of an eye. Hey, there's a lot of things going on too. You think that there's nothing going on in the government? Crazy, man. The Most High is and Yahweh Shai trying to get things in order up here too. Y'all got to understand that, man. And you can't be trying to start your own damn council and your government thinking that it's going to be better than this one. That's stupid, man. We already have a government. Why you think something that you put together going to be better than what we already put together that's been up for the years to come? That's because you want this job, man. The Most High already set something up. Stop trying to want to do everything, man. And that's what I have that problem too. I want to do everything too, but I can't. I can't. I gotta do within the spirit what I was supposed to do and what I'm doing right now. I can't do everything. Everybody's not meant to do everything. Everything is being set up. Do that. If you're just a common citizen, you're just a common damn citizen. If you're being called up to do government work, you'll be called up to do government work. Let your work be known. It'll be shown. You know what I'm saying? Do the work. You'll be called up. You'll be called up. It happened through the spirit. Until then, keep doing the work. Everybody always want to do everybody's damn job thinking they can do it better. Like if you can do it better, you would have been put in that position. How you just gonna look at something and think that hey, somebody's not doing something, you can do it better? And that's what happened, man. Like the Maccabee alliance and everything, it fell apart real quick. It got together quick and it fell apart real quick. We already have a government set up. It is what it is. Now, feel me? Come on. Let's go. Last chapter. That's a good chapter too. Let's go. Read.
Numbers chapter 18, verse 1. And the Lord said to Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary.
Say it again.
Shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary.
So who shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, soldier?
Aaron and his sons.
Exactly. Of the sanctuary. That's the one that's inside of the tabernacle, the sanctuary. Go ahead. Let's see what sanctuary means real quick. What is this sanctuary? Let me share my screen. Okay. Makdash in the Hebrew, sanctuary, holy place, a chapel. All right, sacred place, sanctuary, holy place of the temple, of the tabernacle. So it's the temple, what we said before. Is he not? This is, but the sanctuary is a temple. Okay, A consecrated thing or place, especially a place, sanctuary, whether of Jehovah or of idols or asylum, a chapel, hallowed part, holy place, sanctuary. It's just a temple. It's a temple. A sanctuary is a temple. Sirs. Let me write that down real quick. You can say holy place if you want. It's a separate place. All right, Bob. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And thy brethren also, the tribe of Levi, the tribe of thy fathers, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee, and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall keep thy charge in the charge of the tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary.
Say it again.
And they shall keep thy charge in the charge of the tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary, and the altar, that neither they nor you also die.
God. So the Levites, who should not come? Who should not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar?
Those that are not Aaron.
Exactly. So the Levites that were murmuring against Aaron and Moses, their only job was to do the offerings and the altar and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Sanctuary and the altar, and neither they nor ye also die. Come, come. So they had a job to do, but it wasn't those. They're not to do those jobs. All right. And the reason why they wanted to do those jobs because that's even more closer to the Most High. It's even closer to the Most High. Talking with him, doing his job. They just wanted that honor, but they were already given an honor of the tabernacle and doing these things. So don't do more than what you're told to do. Do your job that you're told to do. That's it. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Numbers chapter 18, verse 4. And they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Of the congregation.
Of the congregation. For all the service of the tabernacle, strangers shall not come nigh unto you.
A stranger is anybody that is not authorized by the Most High to do anything in the tabernacle and the veil and the temple. That's a stranger. So that stranger can be a Judite, can be an Aaronite, okay, not Aaronite, but a Judite, a Zebulonite, a Issacharite, or Naphtaliite. You know what I mean? Asherite, things like that. Go ahead. Reubenite. Go ahead. Gadite. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
5 is 5.
5. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and a charge of the altar, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And I, behold, I have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
To you they are given as a gift for the Lord to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priests' office for everything of the altar and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest's office unto you as a service of gift, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death.
So he's saying the Aaronites, therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest office for everything of the altar. All right. When the fire comes down and hits, and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest office unto you as a service of gift. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, behold, I also have given thee the charge of mine half of mine eve offering, of all the hallowed things of the children of Israel. Unto thee have I given them by reason of the anointing, and to thy sons by the ordinance forever. This shall be thine of the most holy things, reserved from the fire, every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for thee and for thy sons. Verse 10. In the most holy place shalt thou eat it. Every male shall eat it. It shall be holy unto thee. And this is thine, the heave offering of their gifts, with all the wave offerings of the children of Israel. I have given them unto thee, and to thy sons, and to thy daughters with thee by salute, by statute forever. Every one that is clean in thy house shall eat of it. All the best of the oil, and all the best of the wine, and all of the wheat,
and of the wheat,
the fruit, the first fruits of them which they shall offer unto the Lord. Them have I given thee. And whatsoever is first ripe in the land, which they shall bring unto the Lord, shall be thine. Every one that is clean in thine house shall eat of it. Everything devoted in Israel shall be thine. Everything that openeth the matrix in all
flesh,
which they bring unto the Lord, whether it be of men or beasts, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shalt thou surely redeem, and the firstlings of unclean beasts shalt thou redeem. And those that are to be redeemed, a month old, shalt thou redeem according to thy estimation, for the money of 5 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 drachms. But the firstlings of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shalt burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 18. And the flesh of them shall be thine, as the wave breast, and as the right shoulder of thine. Verse 19. All the heave offerings of the holy things, which the children of Israel offer unto the Lord, have I given thee, and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord unto thee, and to thy seed with thee.
Now it cuts off. Boom. Now it cuts off. Who were all that for? Bon?
That's all for Aaron and his children.
Now it's about to go into something different. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, Thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part, and thine inheritance among the children of Israel.
Okay.
Behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel.
So it's a difference, right? You got the Aaronites and you got the Levites. Even though Aaron is a Levite, they're just called by his name to separate from the Levites that he's talking about. Go ahead.
For their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Come.
Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die.
So he's talking about Judah and them, okay? Benjamin and all them. All right, go ahead.
But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they shall bear their iniquity. It shall be a statute forever throughout their generations that among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as a heave offering unto the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore I have said unto them among the children of Israel, they shall have no inheritance.
So understand this. At verse 24, but the tithes of the children of Israel, right? Judah, Benjamin, Naphtali, all of them that are coming in there giving tithes, which they offer as an heave offering unto the Lord. They offer, instead of the heave offering that Aaron and them have, is different. Okay? So if I go to where is it? Verse 8 is different from the Aaronites. In verse 8, let me go back down so you can follow me. In verse 8, and the Lord spake unto Aaron, Behold, I also have given thee the charge of mine heave offering of all the hollow things of the children of Israel. Unto thee I have given them by reason of anointing, and to thy sons by an ordinance forever. I shall I shall be thine of the most holy things, reserved for the fire. Every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for thee and for thy sons. In the most holy place shalt thou eat it. See, their heave offering is actually the meat and everything else, and the fruits and the wine and everything else. All right? Every male shall eat it. It shall be holy unto thee. Now remember, the Aaronites are over the Levites. Now watch. The Aaronites is getting the meat offerings and everything. The Levite are getting the money as a heave offering. All right? So we're going to go back down to
25. 25.
All right, I'm going to go to 24. Now, 24, but the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as a heave offering unto the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore I have said unto them, among the children of Israel, they shall have no inheritance. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, When you take the children of Israel, the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, they shall offer up a heave offering of it to the Lord, even a tenth part of the tithe. So it's different. Now, of their tenth that they get of the money that is offered as a heave offering, not a meat offering, a heave offering. The tenth is actual money. They're giving a tenth unto the Aaronites. Let me see. So I gotta mark that real quick. Doo, doo, doo. Come. So go ahead and start at 25, Baba Kishah.
25. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, and ye take of the children of Israel tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance.
Say that again. Start that over again.
Thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, when ye take of the children of Israel the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up an heave offering of it for the Lord, even a tenth part of the tithe.
Mm-hmm.
And this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were corn of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress.
So pay attention to that in 27. And this is your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, right? That reckoned is, where did I write it down at? That reckoned is value, regard. It's in Strong's H2803. Reckoned is kashav, value. So when he said, where did that again? Verse 27, and this is your heave offering. It's like, and this your heave offering shall be valued unto you as though it were the corn of the threshing floor and as the fullness of the winepress. This money is valued the same. Basically, the money is valued the same. All right? Like you can liquidate it. Like if you were coming from where I'm at in San Diego and you were going to Escondido and you don't want to walk with these cattle everywhere, you will liquidate the cattle. You will sell the cattle for money. And when you get up there, you give the money to the Levites and they can take that money and they can go do whatever they want with it and buy food and what they want with it. It's just liquidated money. Okay? Continue.
Verse 28. Thus you also shall offer a heave offering to the Lord of all your tithes which you receive of the children of Israel. Ye shall give therefore the Lord's heave offering to Aaron the priest.
Now here we go again. Thus ye also shall offer an heave offering unto the Lord of all your tithes. Their heave offering is the money which ye receive of the children of Israel, and ye shall give therefore the Lord's heave offering to the priest, to Aaron the priest, right? It's a tenth. So they're taking the money that they get of the tenth and giving a tenth to Aaron. So Aaron also gets the meat offerings and the heave offerings, right? And he also gets a tenth from the Levites. Remember, he's over them. You see? There's a big difference. The Levi gets the heave offering, the meat offering, and the tenth. Now, this is a thing right here. This is where you got to check brothers in Israel that they say they're Levites. Is when they start taking, or they want to eat first, and you know what I'm saying? Like they eating first, right? Who are you, an Aaronite or a Levite? Are we giving you the food and the money? Or are we just giving you the money? That's how you can tell who they saying they are. Are they calling themselves Aaronites? Or are they calling themselves Levites? Which one? There's a difference. There's a difference between an Aaronite and a Levite. The Levites just get the money. They don't get the food. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
What am I saying?
They're like there's like different types of it. Get certain stuff.
What about when a brother's a Levite and they start doing things? You got to catch on to it. It's like, all right, brother, is he asking, you know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, man, y'all supposed to be giving me a tenth of your produce and everything else and the money. So basically, you're an Aaronite, right? Or they, you know, they got Levites. When they call themselves a Levite and they say they're Levite, they really have to pay attention to what they're taking from people because they're really saying they're an Aaronite or you're just a Levite. It's really hard to prove that you're an Aaronite. So they must just be saying that they're Levites and just take the tithes, but you can liquidate it. You can also give them food as well. That would be treating them like an Aaronite, but they're all Levites. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 28. Out of all your gifts ye shall offer every heave offering of the Lord, of all the best thereof.
You said 28, verse 28?
Yeah, no, verse 29. So
all right, go ahead.
Out of all your gifts ye shall offer every heave offering of the Lord, of all the best thereof, even the hallowed part thereof, out of it. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, when ye have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, and of the increase of the winepress.
And as the increase of the winepress. Therefore shalt thou say unto them, when ye have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, and as the increase of the winepress. Go ahead.
And ye shall eat it in every place, ye and your households, for it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation. And ye shall bear no sin by reason of it, when ye have heaved from it the best of it. Neither shall ye pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest ye die.
Ka'asharah, the boy Yahweh, Anai Shah, Shema. All that Yahweh said, what we do and hear. So that is end of the law. So we're going to go on to the prophets, okay? All right. So everybody go to 1 Samuel chapter 11. We'll start at verse 14. Through the Spirit, boy. Let me catch these books through the Spirit. So this is 1 Samuel chapter 11 and starting at verse 14. And it reads, Then said Samuel to the people, Come, let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom there. And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before the Lord in Gilgal. And there they sacrificed sacrifices of peace offerings before the Lord. And there Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly. Why? Because they had just got done murmuring and complaining about wanting a king like the other nations when the Most High was already their king. They wanted a king like, they were coveting the other nations. They wanted to be like the nations. And said they already had a king, which was the Most High. They wanted somebody to see, hey, I would had a seeing that is incredible, man. That's when you had the judges and you know what I'm saying and the scribes and them, the judges and everything was just ruling at that time. But now we got a king, right? Go. Chapter 12. Oh, I'm sorry, Salakia. Let me go there on the blue letter. My bad. For Samuel chapter 12 and verse 1. And Samuel said unto all Israel, Behold, I have hearkened unto your voice in all that ye said unto me, and I have made a king over you. And now, behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and gray-headed, and behold, my sons are with you. And I have walked before you from my childhood unto this day. Behold, here I am, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed, whose ox I have taken, or whose ass have I taken, or whom have I defrauded? Whom have I oppressed? Or of whose hand have I received any bribe to blind my eyes therewith? And I will restore it you. And they said, Thou hast not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken out aught of any man's hand. Right? Give me a second, real quick. So Samuel is just, what I'm saying, it sounds like he's about to give up the ghost. You know what I'm saying? He's really giving up his seat. Y'all got a king. Y'all don't really need him. His job is almost done. Right? So verse 6. Um, and Samuel said unto the people, it is the Lord that advanced Moses and Aaron, and that brought your fathers up out of the land of Egypt. Like I was telling the bond, it's the Most High that advances a man and exalts him and brings him to the next stage of his life. Right? All right. Verse 7. Now therefore stand still, that I may reason with you before the Lord of all the righteous acts of the Lord, which he did to you and to your fathers. When Jacob was coming to Egypt, and your fathers cried unto the Lord, then the Lord sent Moses and Aaron, which brought forth your fathers out of Egypt, and made them dwell in this place. And when they forget the Lord their God, he sold them into the hand of Caesarea, captain of the host of Hazor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of the king of Moab, and they fought against them. Even when you go to the book of Zechariah, the Most High, when we messed up, he will sell us into captivity. That's what the Most High does. All right. And the Most High as well, he causes nations to be judged by other nations, like we're doing now. We're getting judged. The Most High sword right now is Edom. Or the sword last time was the Persians and the Medes was a sword to kill us over us. The Most High had another nation, conquer us. And then the Most High had the Greeks conquer. Alexander the Greek conquered the Persians and Medes. And then he had the Romans conquer the Greeks. All right. Before the Persians and Medes, it was Babylon, and before Babylon, it was Egypt. So the Most High causes nations to rule over other nations to punish us. So you can see what you've been through. Why would you want to be in captivity under these nations? Do what I'm telling you to do, and you ain't got to worry about that. But hey, this next one ain't gonna be nothing like it. Ain't nobody finna mess up. All right. So let me finish. Verse 10. And they cried unto the Lord and said, we have sinned, because we have forsaken the Lord and have served Balaam and Ashtaroth. But now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies, and we will serve thee. And that's what Israel's talking about at that time, coming out of Egypt, and when he sent Moses and Aaron. And the Lord sent Jerubbaal and Bedan and Jephthah and Samuel, and deliver you out of the hand of your enemies on every side, and ye dwell safe. Right? That's what he's saying. He's pleading with them. All right. And when you saw that Naash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, you said unto me, nay, but a king shall reign over us, when the Lord your God was your king. So when they start coming with us, you start, man, give us a king. We need a king, man. We need a king. We need somebody to tell us what to do, to guide us, to judge us, let us know what we're doing wrong. We want a king just like them so we can have everything together. But the Most High was your king. The Most High was our king. And he was killing them. But, we lack faith, just like in the wilderness. Say the Most High caused them to be sucked up under the earth. Moses told him, man, you're going to see a new thing in the earth. All these people are going to fall up underneath. And our people are still doing it right now. They're murmuring. And they were asking for a king like all the other nations. Crazy. Crazy, man. Verse 13, now therefore behold the king whom ye have chosen and whom ye have desired, and behold, the Lord hath set a king over you. If ye will fear the Lord and serve him and obey his voice and not rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall both ye and also the king that reigneth over you continue following the Lord your God. But if ye will not obey the voice of the Lord, but rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall the hand of the Lord be against you. And it was against your fathers in the wilderness. He said, and it was against your fathers. That hand, the Most High hand was against them, like it is now today. The Most High's hand is against us. And what we're doing is going out to these highways and byways and trying to tell y'all, man, y'all don't want that smoke. Now, therefore, stand and see the great thing which the Lord will do before your eyes. Is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that ye may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord, in asking you a king. So Samuel called unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thundering and rain that day. And all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. And all the people said unto Samuel, pray for thy servants unto the Lord thy God, that we die not. For we have added unto all our sins this evil, to ask us a king. It was evil to do that, man. Excuse me. And Samuel said unto the people, fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. The Most High is still having mercy on us. That's a merciful man right there. I pray that I can be like that and have that compassion and be merciful to people. You know, the Most High right there for God that created us and made us and put us on the earth. We are so disrespectful. The men are so disrespectful, and the women are right behind us. It's evil as can be. Verse 20. And Samuel said unto the people, fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. And he's telling you, like, yeah, you've done all this wickedness. And you'll tell somebody, yeah, man, you've done this wickedness, just don't turn aside from following the Lord. That means that you can start doing wicked things, and then you start turning aside from the Lord to stop following him. You're gonna fall short of the glory, man. Every man, you're gonna fall short. You understand? You're gonna fall short. You're gonna fall short. Just don't turn aside. Don't turn aside, man. Don't turn aside from following the Lord. You will fall short. Come on, man. Let me write that down. What, a man falls short but 7 times? Pull that precept for me, please. Babu Kashad.
A man falls 7 times and gets back up 8.
Mm-hmm. You got it?
Okay.
Get that for 1 Samuel 12 and 20. And Samuel said unto the people, fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. And that's what he's looking for, you to serve it with all your heart.
Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
For a just man falleth 7 times.
Say it again.
For a just man falleth 7 times, riseth up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief.
Uh-huh. Read the next one. But a wicked man shall fall into mischief. Go ahead.
Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth.
And that's what our people do. They will laugh at their enemies, which is our own brother that fell into the mischief. Say that the next precept again.
Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth.
Yeah, don't be glad that your brother falls into mischief. A just man falls but 7 times, but he rises up again. And damn sure don't be laughing and giggling when you see a brother fall. Right? So 1 Samuel 12 and 21. And turn ye not aside, for then should ye go after vain things, which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain. For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because he hath pleased the Lord to make you his people. I read it again. For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people. So, A, yes, you have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. 21. Turn ye not aside, for then should ye go after vain things, which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain, they're lies. Okay, you keep falling off, get back on, do it again. Don't think that it's not worth it. Keep doing it again. It's worth it. Keep doing it. Don't fall off. Keep doing it, man. It's like that for a reason because it's kind of hard, especially keeping the laws in this captivity is hard. But don't stop doing it, man. Just keep following it. Just don't fall away. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. All right. So where we going now?
Matthew.
Matthew what?
We're going to Matthew chapter 26, verse 13.
Ooh, through the spirit right there. It's Matthew chapter 26, verse 13. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever the gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done, be told for a memorial of her. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests, right? This dude that's called Judas Iscariot went unto the chief priests, right? And said unto them, what will ye give me? And I will deliver him unto you. And they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver.
Is it Issachar?
Judas Iscariot. I don't think he was Issachar. I don't know. I haven't looked into that.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, he covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver, meaning he established, covenanted, and they established with him for 30 pieces of silver. Now, I want, fair, and we're about to go into that. We're about to see the equivalent of 30 pieces of silver. Go to Zechariah 11, Baba Kasha. Here, let me go there over here.
And there.
See. Okay, give me just a second. Okay, so I got to start into context real quick. Start at verse 8. We're gonna start at verse 8. Go ahead, start from there.
Verse 8. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 8. 3 shepherds also I cut off in 1 month, and my soul loatheth them, and their soul also bore me.
And this is talking about how, a shepherd's so easy. The Most High cut off 3 shepherds in 1 month. Okay, go ahead.
Then said I will not feed you that dieth, let it die, and that it be to be cut off, let it be cut off. and let the rest eat, every one the flesh of another.
Read that again, Baba Kasha.
Then said I will not feed you that dieth, let it die, and that it be so.
You don't have to say that twice. It's just put there on accident. Okay, start over.
Then said I will not feed you that dieth, let it die, and that it be cut off, that it be cut off, and let the rest eat, every one the flesh of another.
Right here, Zechariah is just saying, I'm not going to feed you. Basically, I'm not going to prophesy to you anymore. Go ahead.
And I took my staff, even beauty, and cut it asunder, that I might break my covenant, which I made with all the people.
So basically, he broke his staff, right? One is called beauty, and then when you go up some more, the other one is called bands, talking about the union. So he said, and I took my staff, even beauty, right? One is called band, which is union, and one is called beauty. And I took my staff, even beauty, and cut it asunder, that I might break my covenant which I had made with all the people. Basically, y'all about to be getting cut off. Keep going.
Verse 11. And it was broken in that day. And so the poor of the flocks that waited upon me knew that it was the word of the Lord. So
the people already knew that there is the word of the Lord, that this is going to happen. And this is where the two kingdoms were broken up right here. Because he had broken it up right there. Like when you go to verse 7 real quick. It goes with that one.
Verse 7.
Yeah, go to verse 7. Salah.
And I will feed the flock with the slaughter.
Matter of fact, start from 6, Salah, and then go to 7.
Verse 6. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord, but lo, I will deliver the men every one into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king, and they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them. And I will feed the flock of the slaughter, even you, O poor of the flock. And I took unto me 2 staffs, the one I called beauty, and the other I called bands, and I fed the flock.
See, one was called beauty, one was called bands. The bands just represented the union. All right, he was going to break it. It's symbolic. He was going to break the bands, the union between Israel and Judah. So let's go back down to 10.
10. I took my staff, even beauty, and cut it asunder, and that I might break my covenant.
The agreements. Go ahead.
My covenant which I made with all the people.
To prophesy into all the people, which was Israel and Judah. He broke it. He broke that covenant because of the way they was acting and everything. Now watch this. Go ahead.
And it was broken in that day. And so the poor of the flock that waited upon me knew that it was the word of the Lord.
Yeah.
And I said unto them, if you think good, give me my price. And if not, forbear. So they weighed for my price 30 pieces of silver.
So stop right there real quick. Let me see something. Start at verse 12. Hold on, let me get it in my sword real quick. Okay. Through the spirit. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And I said unto them, if ye think good, give me my price. And if not, forbear. So they weighed for my price 30 pieces of silver.
He basically said, if you want me to keep prophesying unto you, wicked, they were just being wicked. If you want me to keep prophesying unto you, give me my price, pay me. That's basically what he's saying, pay me. All right, go ahead.
Verse 13. And the Lord said unto me, cast it unto the potter, a goodly price, that I was priced at of them. And I took the 30 pieces of silver and cast them to the potter in the house of the Lord.
Basically, the Most High was just being, when he said, just cast it into the potter. He was just being sarcastic, right? And he said, and a goodly price that it was praised of them. And I took the 30 pieces of silver and cast them into the potter, into the house of the Lord. Then when you go into verse 12, and he says, and I said unto them, if you think good, give me my price. Basically, if you want me to keep prophesying unto you, give me my price. And if not, forbear. Like basically, if not, fuck you. That's what he's saying. If not, forbear, whatever. So they weighed and gave him the price of 30 pieces of silver. Go to Exodus 4:32 real quick. Let's see something. Let's see how disrespectful this was. This how evil our people was. Exodus 4:32. Watch this. Hold on. Is it 4:32? You got Exodus 4:32?
Exodus chapter 4, verse 32. There is no.
It's not. See, you can't read my own handwriting. 21:32. Exodus 21:32. Salakia.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 32.
Hold on. All right, go ahead. Exodus 21:32.
Exodus 21, 32. And if the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto their master 30 shekels, and the ox shall be stoned.
30 shekels of silver. Read that again.
And if the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto the master 30 shekels, and the ox shall be stoned.
So, how much is 30 pieces of silver to a prophet? It is a slave wage. That is considered a slave wage. They gave 30 pieces of silver to a free man. 60 pieces of silver is for a free man. And they also give for a woman 50 shekels. He was worth less than a slave woman. They give to a free man 60. He was less than both of them. He was prophesying. This is how wicked our people was. Ezekiel was offered a slave wage. So now let's go back up to Matthew's real quick. As an ox. Huh?
You need Zechariah?
La. I just need Matthew's now. Matthew 26, right?
Yeah. I don't know where he was at.
Matthew 26 and 15.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And said unto them, what will ye give me? And I will deliver him unto you. And they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver.
They established for 30 pieces of silver slave wage. That's what Yahushua was worth. A slave wage. 30 pieces of silver, which you offer for a damn ox. That's how disrespectful it was. And Judas Issacharite took that. A slave wage for the king. That's how they was treating us back then. Offered them a slave wage. Read.
And from that time, he saw opportunity to betray him.
Mm-hmm.
The first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus, saying unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, go into the city to such a man, and say unto him, the master saith, my time is at hand, and I will keep the Passover at my house with my disciples.
Okay.
And the disciples did as Jesus had appointed, and they made ready the Passover. Now when the evening was come, he sat down with the 12. And as they did eat, he said, verily I say to you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Just, it's so damn disrespectful. Damn. Slave wage. For a king, Slave wage. Wow. And with that, this concludes the Sabbath service, and we'll end off with the prayers, man. Hey, I'm kind of upset. That was slave wage, 30 pieces of silver. Man, it's crazy. So let's continue on. Let's do these prayers, and then we'll chill and head to camp. All right, shalom, shalom. This is the Aliyah now. It is our duty to praise the Master of all, to ascribe greatness to the Author of creation, who has not made us like the nations of the lands, nor placed us like the families of the earth, who has not made our portion like theirs, nor our destiny like all their multitude. For they worship vanity, emptiness, and pray to a God who cannot save. But we bow and worship, for the worship, for we bow, sorry, it's like it. For we bow and worship, thank the Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One. Blessed be He who extends the heavens and establishes the earth, whose throne of glory is in the heavens above, and whose power's presence is in the highest of heights. He is our God, there is no other. Truly He is our King, there is none else. As it is written in the Torah, He shall know and take to heart this day that Yahweh is our Elohim, in the heavens above and on the earth below. There is no other. Hallelujah. Yeah. Hallelujah. 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 Hashem. Hashem. Yahushua. Yahushua. Mashiach. Mashiach. Amen. Shema. Yahshua. Yahweh. 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 Shema. Yahshua. Yahweh. Yahweh. Shema. Yahshua. Yahweh. Yahweh. Shema. Yahshua. Yahweh. Yahweh. Yahweh.
Praise the Lord. That's the word. All right, this is the Ten Commandments. Love and love every love Yahweh. Yah. Yahweh. Yahweh. Ahayika. Asherah. Hawatazah. Atika. Baratazah, Baratazayim, Basiyim, La'ah, Yahaya, Lakah, Alahayim, Karim, Apanya, La'ah, Da'isha, Lakah, Basol, Wala'ah, Da'adadam, La'ah, Korka, Hashem, Yahweh, Bashawa, Zakar, Hayawam, Hashabat, Lakadash, Kabad, Abakar, Wa, La'ah, Ranza, La'ah, La'ah, Daganah, La'ah, Shakur, La'ah, Dakamad, Call, Asherah, Labarai. First greatest commandments, here is Yahweh, God, Yahweh, one, Asher, Yahweh, God, heart, so, like, second greatest commandments, Ra'ayta la'ata, La'ata, Torah, Upon Yahweh, Tampa, Abba, Ra'ayta, Tampa, Yahweh. I shall not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of my people, but I shall love their neighbors as self. Zakawan Hasha'ah, born of the woman. Now when Yahweh Shai was in bed in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, that indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for 300 pence when his wages, and given to the poor. When Yahushua understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say to you, whosoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this woman hath done told from memorial of her. Hallelujah.
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 Hey, to all of y'all for following with us, for staying tuned and for getting this milk. We appreciate you. All that you guys do, taking out the time to be with us on the Sabbath service, during the Sabbath service. And with that, Shalom.